was just doing a video responding to Steve Holka. So Steve Holka, I'm probably gonna put your response video again for tomorrow. So I apologize to all those who wanted to come on and watch the content, man. Anyways, man, I was told in the comment section about Kem123, his channel got banned. So I thought maybe the dude just put his videos to private. Maybe his channel's still up. So I went and looked at it, and it's like now the channel's completely gone. People are probably gonna wonder what my thoughts are to that, seeing as I used to watch his content a lot. Well, I'll tell you this, man. Hey, Caitlin, what's going on, sweetheart? Yeah, I'm gonna respond to Steve Holka's video tomorrow. I know you guys been waiting for that, but Kem123, dude, you know you're my boy, right? Like we're cool, but I'll be honest with you. I think some of your videos are funny. I'm not gonna lie. I think to a certain degree, even some of your videos have a slight truth to some of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Personally, at the same time, you kind of open up Pandora's box, if that makes sense. If you start generalizing, man. I mean, that's fine. Everybody does it. You're not the only person. Everybody on the internet does that shit. Well, even I've done that shit. At the same time, though, understand that um, when you generalize an entire group of people, you're gonna get a lot of backlash for that shit, man. And then people are gonna come after you. Just understand when you make those type of videos, people are gonna come at you, man. You know, I realized that on these videos, it's more about wording, how you word things. Sometimes you have to kind of do that to adjust your videos so that way people don't interpret it the right way or the wrong way. I apologize. Um, Personally, I think you could have made some serious money off of your channel if you would have made t-shirts, coffee mugs, all that type of stuff. You could have made some serious money. But that's just me personally. Um, I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying your videos aren't funny. I'm not saying there's not a little bit of truth sometimes to some of these videos. I'm not suggesting any of that. But what I am gonna say is that at the same time, oh, here goes the trolls coming in. You kind of open up Pandora's box, man. You know, you walk those dangerous lines, and you know, especially when you're on here on the internet, it's just real easy to flag a video. You know, it's so I realized, you know, it's about wording, how you word your videos. Personally, if it was me, if I was to give you advice, I think you should divert away from being a response channel and more reverting to doing videos about the political sector of these countries. And that, my friend, would be more interesting. You know, cover the politics of Mexico. That would be great. Or if you did the politics of South America, that would be cool. And maybe cover that kind of spectrum of that. I think that your channel would probably boost up even more to kind of, you know, kind of take your channel in a new direction. If that kind of makes sense. I'm not saying you can't still do some of your old videos, but you know, I'm just I'm just giving you advice. That's it. I'm not like taking any pot shots at you. I'm not coming at you in any certain type of way. Um, Just, giving you my opinion, bro. Um, I've known you since 2018 on YouTube. Yeah, I used to do collabs with you back in the day. You know, like we used to do collabs together. You used to come on my channel. I used to come on yours. That we would sit there, we collab and do videos together, man. Way back in the gap. But just understand, you can't. The content you make, you got to be very careful, man. You got to reword. You have to word your stuff a little better, because what you used to be able to say back in the early 2000s, or even when YouTube first came out, or like in the 2010s, when you could kind of get away with saying a little bit, nowadays it's extremely hard to do. It's extremely hard to get away with that shit now. Even for me, I have to watch what I say. I have to watch how I word shit. It just is what it is. It's just, that's the nature of the beast of social media. Personally, I wish that I could just say whatever the hell I want to. I wish I could. As much as these trolls say shit about me in my comment section, I wish I could say that on the camera, but I can't. You know? Sometimes you have to say certain things in a certain way to where you can kind of, it's sort of like you got to filter what you say. Caitlin, you up late? I'm going to report you for saying whatever you want. Okay. I don't understand where you're going with that, but okay. It doesn't make any sense. You just have to, it's all about wording, man. That's really what it's all about. You have to watch what you say, man. It's just YouTube is a place where you can kind of, you can come on here and say your views, how you feel about people, um, how you feel about politics or dating or whatever. But you have to watch what you say, man, because there's people lurking, and if they find something, they're gonna go for it. See, it's about wording. You have to word it in a certain way to where you can keep that conversation going without necessarily being. It's the way you say it. Do I wish I could say whatever I want? Yeah, that's what the freedom of speech is, First Amendment. But there's at the same time there's consequences that follow that too. As a troll, you can kind of get away with it. You can talk shit in the comment section. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Your account gets banned. You just what? These guys have like hundreds of accounts, so they'll just sign on to the next one. Personally, I think that's just a lot of time and wasteless energy. I'm not gonna personally engage in that, but to each their own, I guess. Different strokes, different folks. But for video makers, content makers, yeah, it's a little bit different. We're walking on eggshells, literally. Every time you hit that record button, you're walking on eggshells. So it's about wording. It's about how you word things. You know, there's ways that you can word stuff without necessarily getting banned. But the only thing I would say, Kim, is the one thing you know, is when you generalize a group of people or certain, you kind of leave room for error. Does that make sense? Because There's bad apples in every bunch. Like, doesn't matter, what group of people you're looking at. There's always going to be bad apples everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even in your own family, even in your own family, you're gonna have bad apples in their shit. I know personally from my personal experience. But when just understand when you generalize it, it makes it easier for people to report your videos, and it makes it easier for them to flag it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this because I'm like some wokeness guy, like, oh, he's woke now. It's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you just have to be careful as a content maker how you record, when you hit that record button, how you start wording shit. Because you're just making it easier for people to report you. Does that make sense? Like, to get your channel shut down. He probably does have a backup channel. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't, but personally, if I was Kem123, I would be making t-shirts, coffee mugs, and I would start selling it and putting some of those quotes on there. I told him this 7, 8 years ago. I told him to do this shit. I've been told him, dude, you're actually a funny guy. If you were to use your brain, you would try to make some money off of this shit. I guess he has too much pride, and it's like, yeah, I mean, that's good to have pride, but sometimes pride can be your biggest weakness. It's like, dude, you should be making money off of this shit. I told him that. I said, dude, you're actually a funny guy. You're actually one of the most hilarious people I've met on the internet. Do I think he trolls a lot? Yeah, but he's funny. And I told him, look, man, if you get some of those quotes, put them on t-shirts, hell, I'll even buy a couple of those damn t-shirts, because I was like, he's fucking hilarious. And I told him this. I said, make coffee mugs, make t-shirts, and you could put BBC on one shirt, and then on another shirt you could put some of those funny quotes that he be saying in his videos. Uh and then put like the logo. He could put Kem123, the logo. I'm telling you, man, he could really be making some serious money if he really put his brain to this shit. Even if he only made like 1,000 a month, shit is better than nothing. You know? I mean, I'm just saying, if what I would have done if I was him, I would have really considered selling merch. Even some of his biggest enemies, shit, man, think he's hilarious, and I've even caught them saying that on their channel. I'm just personally, I think that if I was Kim, his videos are funny and stuff. I'm not saying that he's a response channel. Technically, that's what his channel is. He's a response channel. He goes after, like, I guess those guys who travel a lot, the what they call them, the passport bros. Like, that's basically anybody who travels basically to Latin America. Like, he goes after those guys. Okay, that's fine, but I think after so long, it's like kind of the beating at the dead horse syndrome. After a while, you have to ask yourself, where does my channel go from here? Your channel needs to evolve, right? Um, like me, I do sports content, traveling, I do food videos, food reviews, any historical land sites I go to. I haven't done hiking videos in a minute, but I plan on doing that. And it's like, I did a collab the other day for the first time with a chat of a guy who I highly respect, Steve Holka. For the first time ever, me and him did a collab yesterday. I thought we did a really good discussion, even though it was only like 20 minutes, or 20 30 minutes, but we had a good, discussion. And then I was gonna do a response today, but my internet cut off, so I'm gonna put it on the back burner for tomorrow. Me and him to have a further discussion, or my response to that discussion, really. And then I'm hearing, oh, Kem123's channel got shut down, and I'm like, well, I'm not really surprised, because I can, you know, technically, it's, if let's say you're responding to somebody and you make it visible to see their content. Well, if they don't like what you're saying, they could just say, oh, okay, well, he's using my content in this video. I didn't give him permission, so they'll just flag it. You see what I'm saying? So, you're basically giving them fuel for them to flag that video right there, just for the fact that you're using their content to respond to them. Personally, if you use my content, it doesn't bother me. You know, people use my content all the time and they'll roast me, and I'm like, cool, and I'll just do a response. You know, but some people, they get triggered, and then they're like, oh, okay, so he's using my content, I'm flagging it now. So then they'll flag that video, and it's just you sort of the open that Pandora's box. You know, um, personally, I don't have a problem with you or anything like that. We've been friends for 7 years now. Since 2018, I think that's when I first met you. So that's been about 7 years. Yeah, this summer will be still this basic summer, so 7 years now. And I don't have any beef with you personally, but um, I know we don't really talk like we used to. Like we used to talk on the phone a lot. Now, so it's like, if your channel uploads another video, I'll kind of check it out if I have time. And then you'll send the links to my Instagram inbox. And if I have time, I'll click on it. If I don't, I don't. I work a lot of hours a week, so it's kind of hard for me just to watch people's YouTube channels all the time. So it's a timely thing for me. But I think if I was you, man, I would start really trying to evolve my channel, start covering politics of these countries, and start, maybe discussing, like, for example, like, is tourism raising the cost of living, and how the locals are having issues with it. I just saw a protest in Mexico the other day where these people were going to these businesses and trashing them up because they're protesting the Americans that are coming there, because the complaint that the locals are having is that it's raising up the cost of living over there in these areas. When you bring in tourism, yeah, tourism does bring in money, but then there's also the flip side, is it also raises the cost of living for the locals, and the locals, that they don't really benefit for this because they can't afford it, right? They can't afford the luxuries that Americans can afford when they travel, because of what that American dollar. So that American dollar goes a long ways. So it's good for the tourism of the businesses there, but for a lot of the locals that live there that don't have businesses, it sucks for them because their cost of living goes up. And so they have I kind of feel bad for them, but and it's sort of like a tit for tat. Like, how, like, in America we have a problem with foreign immigrants that come here, and then these other countries are kind of experience the same thing. It's sort of like, you stay on your side of the fence, I stay on my side of the fence, sort of ordeal. Maybe it'd be kind of cool to start covering stuff like that. I don't know, just kind of giving you, I guess, a little bit of advice, just kind of food for thought. Um, I mean, I'm just saying, I think your channel needs to evolve at this point. I think that, um, staying course over a long time sort of has its breaking point. You can only talk about something for so long. I'd say switch it up and just try to go from there and see where it takes off. And I'm not coming at you anyway. I don't have no disrespect for you. I didn't, we've been friends for 7 years. Just, I'm giving my opinion as to that. Hey, what's up, Simone, man? Long time no see, man. How you been? How you been, brother? Caitlin, you still on, or you left? Like I said, it's easier as a troll to talk shit. Yeah, it is. As a troll, you can talk shit all you want. It's easy because you don't make videos. It's just a lot easier. But as a video maker, content maker, it's a lot harder. It is hard. Honestly, I wish that we could just make whatever we want content we can make, but it's not that easy. It's easy to get reported. YouTube, if it's not a troll flagging you, it's YouTube. You know, it's That sort of ordeal. Personally, if it was up to me, I'd say everyone's speech is protected. Remember when what's her name got deleted? Um, who was that one black girl that got deleted? Um, Damn, I can't think of her name. I remember, like, she would go at it with her own men. They finally, I think her name was Cynthia G. Dude, I mean, listen, she would talk shit about men in general, but she would talk shit about white dudes, and like it used to be white dudes, but she talked shit about black guys. I'm like, look, I didn't even agree with any of the shit she said. I mean, she would say stuff about men all the time, and I would sub to her channel. I would watch the videos. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, she was funny. She was kind of reminding me of Kim. She was real funny to talk to, and you know, I remember she had me on her channel one time, and then she had Kim on there. I'll never forget, and she was real cool. Like, she was funny as hell. Some of her posts were, some of the things she said about dudes were just really ridiculous. But I thought she was funny, so I said, she's actually kind of funny, so let me sub to her channel. And then one day she got deleted, and then I made a video saying I think it's kind of fucked up that she got deleted because what happened to free speech? Which I agree. I think free speech should be protected, even when people talk shit about me. They'll make videos and mention me. I don't care. I'm like, that's cool because it's like I respect their freedom of speech. I'm not going to flag their channel. But not everybody thinks that way. Unfortunately, we live in the say it now and pay for it later, which is kind of like, yeah, you have that freedom of speech to speak, but it doesn't really go far. Like, you pay for it later. Why do you think most of my videos are in private? Just for a specific reason. Because it's like in 2016, 2017, when I used to pop out all types of bullshit and I used to talk shit a lot and I had no filter, dude, I'd get 5,000 videos of video, 5,000 views. But it's not the same anymore. It's a lot harder. People are constantly watching you and they're constantly waiting for the moment to take you down. And so that's the name of the game. That's the era we live in. So it's about wording. It's about how you word your videos. And I think, Kim, unless you learn how to properly word your videos, you're going to continue to run into this. You know, it's just, unfortunately, now, personally, if it were up to me, I'd say your speech should be protected as anybody else. But unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. That's the era we live in. You know, and personally, I think it sucks. I think freedom of speech should be protected. I think, like, if somebody has the right to say you're a dipshit, then they should be able to say that. Or somebody say, Steve, I think you're a piece of shit and I hope you go rot in hell. That should be protected. Like, who am I to tell them that they can't feel that way? They should be able to say that. Or I think Caitlin's an asshole, right? You know? And that should be protected, right? Caitlin should tell me what of an asshole I am, right? Or she should be able to say you're an ugly piece of shit. Something, I don't know, whatever she wants to call me. And that should be protected. But unfortunately, that's just the name of the game. It's just the era of time we live in, unfortunately. Fortunately, your speech isn't really protected. Like, you kind of think that you have freedom of speech in this country, but you technically don't. Like, you can kind of, say what you want, but at the same time, have Mr. Jams, but at the same time, you have limitations as to how much you can get away with. You don't have much as free. You don't have much as freedom of speech as you think you have. You really don't. And so Like, again, that's why like most of my videos are in private for that reason, because people don't know how to have honest dialogue anymore. You know, not everybody's gonna agree to have an open dialogue. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm down to have a conversation," and then as soon as you do, they're ready to take you out. It's like they're offended or whatever, and it's like, rather than just go through bullshit, I just say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna put my videos to private." There you go. That way, it solves everything, and what essentially does is it kind of screws it up for everybody else, because I have people on my channel that like, I love those collabs you did with Prodigal Hill. I love these collabs you did with these. Why are they on private? Well, because people don't know how to have honest conversation anymore, or open dialogue anymore. People don't want to share views anymore. They just want to shut people down, and they want to determine who gets to say whatever they want and who doesn't. And that's sort of the world we live in. We make that determination of who has the right to say whatever they want and who doesn't. And it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. I think it sucks. I think everybody's speech should be protected with no consequence. That's just me personally. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not, um, as long as you're not hurting or like slandering someone, I think that there's nothing wrong with giving obstructive criticism about maybe people you don't like or people you do like. And but unfortunately, people don't know how to have those honest discussions, and they don't want to. Nor do they want to. It's sort of like the knee jerk reaction is report your video, flag it down, or send it to your boss, or you know blow your mother's phone up, or just something that's just it's, it's the sad times we live in. It is, because what is free speech, right? What is the freedom of speech? It's like, I know tons of people make videos about me and they're still up, and I'm like, that's cool. I don't have a problem with people talking shit about me. That's fine, you know, and that's their right, right? And then there's some people I know that I'll maybe criticize, and then all of a sudden the next day I get like this notification from YouTube saying that this person reported you, and I'm like, they flagged the video or whatever, and then I appeal it. I usually win most of the appeals, but sometimes I'll lose one here or there. And so I'm like, okay, I have to really kind of evaluate how I word things. And I knew I had to make that decision about a year ago, because I'm like, I just got tired of getting flagged so much. So I put all my videos to private, and just really just had to tell myself, okay, how can I say the things I want to say without necessarily getting in trouble, right? On YouTube, video flag down. Well, it's about wording. It's about how you word the videos. It's about how you word. And, as long as you keep sticking with that strategy about generalizing, you're going to kind of open up Pandora's box for them to say, okay, well, he's doing it again. Let me go ahead and report. I'm not even, and look, honestly, I'm not even saying it's right. People are too sensitive. You can't really say anything. Yeah, Caitlin, that is right. That you're right. And I wish that like Caitlin should be able to say, Stephen Rose, I hate your guts, right? And she uploads a YouTube video saying how much she hates my guts, and she could say, let's just say, for example, she said, you're just like a tip the rest of these fucking men out here. Y'all ain't shit, right? And to be fair, do I agree with what Caitlin said? No, absolutely not. Not all men are bad people. We got bad apples in every group, race, gender, whatever you want to call it, religion, whatever. But I may not agree with Caitlin. Do I think she might have do I think she might have generalized all men for maybe my actions? Yes. But does that mean I should go chase Caitlin down in Jersey or New Jersey? No. Does that mean I should dox Caitlin? No. Does that mean I should go to her job? No. Does that mean I should go tell her mother, about what she? No, absolutely not. That's not. I know you won't, Caitlin. I'm just giving an example. You know, Um, like I said, when Cynthia G, I think she's very funny. She used to. I know she used to talk shit about white dudes because she got out of a relationship with some white guy and it didn't work out, and she kind of was disgruntled about white men. I'm half white, by the way. And in the video she used to talk shit. I used to laugh because I just thought it was funny. I didn't take it personal. That's the point. I didn't take anything personal. And then she started coming after black guys, right? And so her videos were kind of a little funny. I'm not gonna lie. Now look, even for that, I didn't even agree with the shit she said. But I just thought she was funny. So I thought she was entertaining. So I'm like, okay, I subbed to her channel. And then she got kind of shut down, and people were all celebrating and stuff. And I'm like, I made a video saying how I thought it was kind of messed up what happened to freedom of speech. And then a bunch of these dudes just started talking shit and stuff. And then they're like, "Oh, you agree with what she says?" I'm like, "No, I didn't agree. I just that I thought she was entertaining, if that kind of makes sense." And so, anyways, I'm a big freedom of speech guy. I'm a very big on the First Amendment. Um, that when it comes to hate speech, and I'm going to answer this question for Marvin because he said, "So, do you think hate speech should be protected speech?" I put it like this: I don't agree with hate speech of any kind because you tend to generalize every person in the group. It's like if you said all women are this, or all men are this, or all white people are this, or all black people are this. And when you generalize like that, I don't agree with it. But do I think you should lose your channel over it? No. Do I think it's ridiculous? Yeah. I don't agree with it? Yes. I don't agree with it. But does that mean I should be able to report your channel? No. I think you should be able to have the ability to have that freedom of speech to say it as long as you're not hurting anybody. Does that make sense? And that's sort of how I look at it. I don't agree with it, but I'm not personally offended. And I think now, now times we live where people just get so offended over everything, and it's like it gets to this fine line to like, okay, are we able to talk about anything without us being offended about anything? I mean, seriously, let's ask each other that question. Are we able to have conversations about anything without being offended? It's like, dude, I mean, that's why social media is like a double bladed sword. And that's why, to a degree, I don't blame trolls for being trolls. For example, like people who just type on here and they don't make videos. I kind of, I kind of understand because it's like, you see the shit that a lot of these content makers go through. So you know that there's a risk involved with coming in this sort of realm. There's a risk. I've done YouTube for now. I've been on YouTube since probably 2014. 11 years. I've seen the best. I've seen the worst. I've been through it all. I've had people dox my information. I've had them send pizzas to my house. I've had them call my fucking phone, talk shit. I've had them say they were gonna pull up to my house and kick my ass. I've had all types of shit, bro. You know, I remember one time, man, my aunt came in here, my auntie, one time about 8 years. She's like, man, you look what you fucking did now. You brought us in the middle of this. Like, she was fucking mad. I remember because that was at the time when I was fucking with Kim and I was making videos with him. And she's like, look what you did now. You brought us in the middle of this bullshit. Like, she was fucking mad. Man, I was fucking off of YouTube for like 3 weeks. I was off of YouTube for 3 weeks in this bitch. And it's like, but at the time I thought it was just a cool thing, you know? And yeah, like I had my aunt, she was like, man, get off fucking YouTube. Look at the bullshit. You got them calling my fucking house now. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, get off the fucking you. She's like, you need to get off. You need to delete your channel. And she was like saying that, like I saw my fucking address on Reddit. It's all your fault. Like she was coming at me. And I was fucking with Kim at the time. Like we used to do collabs like every day. And we had no filter, by the way. This is when I was a real bad boy. I was a real bad boy on here. This was back in my non-filter days. But see, it was different because when I came in 2014, people used to be able to talk shit all the time about everybody, their mamas and everything. It was cool. And somehow that died after about 2017, 2018. The game changed. And it was just easier to report people. It was easier to mass flag. Um, and it went through you know, it's different times now. Like in 2025, you think I could be able to make the same content I did 7 years ago? Hell no, I'd be off of YouTube. Why do you think all my videos are in private? There's a reason for that. It's a reason for that because I know if it's easy to report them, my channel's gone. No channel left. It's gone. Boom, done. So I just know the times are different, and it's just. But what I do realize, and I think that's where I want Kim to understand, Kem123, and Caitlin. I don't know if you know Kem123 or if you've seen his content, but he makes very controversial videos. And Kem123, if you're watching, you have to understand this, man. It's about wording. You have to word your videos in a way to where you won't have to worry about your channel being shut down again if you don't watch your wording. Your channels are not going to last. Well, let's just say, Kem123, basically, he goes after people who travel to Latin America, particularly men that travel down there. He calls them sex tourists. And then, he goes, you know, he does the whole like racial controversy parts, and it's like, personally, I don't see an issue with it. I think that it's protected speech, but again, the times we're living in now is a lot different. So it's about wording, and you can say those like I wish we could be able to say whatever we want. I just realized in 2025 that's not the case anymore. It's just not the case. It's That's why I said YouTube's not fun like it used to be. But you can still kind of get away with some of the videos you make as long as you reword it. As long as you word it in a way to where you're given constructive criticism without being obvious. Does that make sense? Because as long as you keep going on with this whole generalization thing and the non-filter and I'm just going to do videos like I did back in 2018, I'm just letting you know times are different now, and it's going to be extremely hard to do so. And whenever you generalize a whole group of people, it's all fun and games, but it's also easy to like flag that video. So you have to be careful, if that makes sense. It's sad how people can't control their feelings. I know. It just is what it is. Like, I could get mad about it, but what can I do, right? It's the tale. It's just the times we live in now. It's a lot different than when I was on YouTube back in 2014. It's not the same anymore. It's a lot different. Um, you know, it's not the same. You can't even say whatever you want nowadays. I mean, you can, but there are severe consequences. Like back in 20 when YouTube was first around, you could say whatever you wanted as long as you weren't like harming anyone. But shit, I've seen people say, "Oh, I'm gonna come to your house, kick your ass," and they would say this on live stream, and it was like that's just how people talk to each other. And it's like now it's like everything's so filter out. And I think the problem is now people can't have this open dialogue. The problems with like the whole like what they call it, cancel culture. The biggest problem with that is that yeah, you silence people, sure, and you get people to shut their mouth, and that's fine. And oh, we showed them, we're gonna make them dance. And but now the problem with the cancel culture, I'm gonna tell you this. The problem with that is that now people are secretive about how they feel about you, because remember, we can't tell the truth about each other. So at the same time, because we can't tell the truth about each other, now I'm gonna have to hide my secrets from you because I can't tell you the truth. So now you don't know who your friends are. You don't know who to trust. And you never know what people are really thinking about you because they're afraid to tell you because they're afraid to get canceled. So now it's like, well, now I'm going to have to pretend to like you because I really don't like you. Right? You know? Oh man, my phone likes to play games with me. Appreciate you guys for waiting. But yeah, it's lagging again. Unbelievable. Can you guys hear me? My back. Yes, no, maybe so. Can y'all hear me? My back. I had to reset it. See, this is the problem that I had earlier with my internet. That's why the Steve Holka video was down. No, but this is YouTube's not fun like it used to be. Like I used to be able to say whatever I wanted to. It's not that it's changed so much. It's about worded now. And I realize that you have to play the game. If you don't play the game, you're not going to make it. You have to play the game. You have to play within the rules. So to say, okay, cool, now I got to reword everything. So let me think about how I say things now. But yeah, you never know who to trust because with cancel culture, now people have to hide their feelings about how they really feel about you. So you just never know who has your back now. You have to be very careful. Caitlin, I see you're back. Well, you're my only friend in here now because the other four have left. But yeah, Kem, your channel got deleted, man. It's just, if I were you, does you have your backup channel? Pretty sure you do. I'm just letting you know that you're gonna have to take your channel in a new direction. It's gonna have to start with how you word stuff. You're gonna have to reword a lot of the stuff you say. And if you're gonna respond to certain videos, understand that you're most likely gonna have to maybe do an audio instead of actually showing their videos, because they can flag it for copyright, the copyright thing. They can flag it for that, and it's just it's probably just, maybe you could do the audio and then reword it. Well, if I was you, I would take my channel in a new direction. I'd sell merch, and I would make sure that I would sell merch, t-shirts, mugs. I'll even buy some from you just to support you, because I think you're a funny guy. But the times are different now, and we have to play ball. We have to play ball. Because if you don't play ball, YouTube will get rid of you. It just is what it is. YouTube will get rid of you. That's just the way it is. That's just the way social media is now. We can't say whatever we want anymore. But here's the funny part about this whole thing is that other people can talk shit about you. They can say things about your mom. They can talk shit about your parents, whatever, right? They can do all that. And it seems like that their channels are still around and they can do whatever they want, right? But if you respond back or come with that same energy, YouTube wants to get rid of you. It's sort of like you can kind of pick and choose. If, like, let's say 50 people gang up on you on here, right? They can get rid of you and they can talk shit about you and do whatever they want. But if you report them, the likelihood of them being off of this platform, it would be very minuscule to 50 of them reporting you, and you're off the platform forever. Does that make sense? So in other words, if it just seems like if you gang up on somebody, boom, they're gone. But if you were to report them, nothing happens to them, their channels, and even though they may violate the terms of YouTube, they'll say things in the video that violates the terms and use of the platform. So my argument is okay, well, you can delete me or delete someone else, but you won't delete them, and they're doing the same thing. They're violating the terms and the use of YouTube the same way that we are. But you let them stay, and you let them continue to do this. You let them continue to talk shit and run their mouth and say whatever they want. So their freedom of speech is protected, mind you. But mine isn't. Make it make sense. So what's the point? What's the purpose of having a channel, or what's the purpose of imposing the violations of YouTube, of the violations of the terms and service to one person, but you won't do it to the rest? It's sort of like we just gang up on the other person, and that's how you get rid of them. I'm not saying I'm not the biggest fan. Like, personally, what they call it, the passport bros, they travel a lot and they meet women from other countries because they can't find love here in the United States. And they say, well, U.S. women are too difficult to deal with. It's like, personally, I mean, it's not me personally. I probably will never travel for love. Doesn't seem like that's my cup of tea. But yeah, I haven't experienced that. It's none of my damn business. But, if you want to make a video and criticize them, that's your due diligence. I just know for me personally, it means nothing to me personally. It's not my fight or my battle to be doing all that. My goal is, I want to do things that I enjoy doing in life and put the focus on as me as the individual. Yeah, I do have a fresh cut. I needed it. I'm glad you saw that, Caitlin, because I needed a haircut bad. I just barely got this, like, on the the what was it, the 12th? I got it on July 12th. I got this haircut, so God knows I needed it. I needed the haircut, so yeah, it's a fresh cut. It's a taper too, so then my hair was growing out for like 2 weeks. and I need to get it done. Hair was growing out too long. It was like this long. And I'm like, I got a mini fro going on. And I was like, some people like long hair. You know, some men like their hair long. If it works for them, fine. And for me, it's too much maintenance. I can't do long hair. So I just would rather let it remain short and have that fresh cut. I cannot have long hair. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I gotta have long. I gotta have short hair. I just I get my hair cut done every 12 to 14 days. So I cannot have long hair. I just can't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna respond to Steve Holka's video tomorrow. I apologize about that, by the way. Kim, just think of it like this. Just reword the things you say. If you can find a different way to say it, how would you do it? You know. So reword a lot of your content. And I would say I would even go as far as to cover politics in Mexico or to cover certain things I would like to learn about the politics in Mexico or the politics in Peru, for example, or just anything like globally. I just think your channel needs to evolve. Like anything, you know, sometimes your time runs its course. And, you know, you have to evolve. I realize that now. So if you look at my videos, I reword a lot of the things I say. And sometimes you'll hear me pause because I'm looking for a way. If I could say this another way, how would I say it? To where my channel won't get flagged and I'm straight. I'll live to see another video. You know, it's Hey Gerald Ross. How you doing, brother? And personally, I wish I could just say whatever I want to. But that's not gonna happen on here. I have no choice but to play ball. And the more you try to fight it, the more you try to fight the system, the more it's just going to leave you a black eye. Oh, I fixed it? Mm-hmm. Ask Caitlin. Caitlin, can you tell that my videos are different now than last year? The way that I reword stuff. I don't know if you pick up on cues like that, but like Marvin told me one time, your videos are kind of a little different. I'm like, well, yeah, that's because I reword a lot of the videos I do. And I tend to not generalize like I used to because it opens up Pandora's box. It opens up Pandora's box and everybody's going to come after you. Like I said, I've been doxxed. I've had pizza sent to my house. I've had people tell me I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I've had, and this was back then when me and Kem123 used to really make videos. I'm talking about going ham. And they're like, "Oh, you rock with him? Okay, I got you. You're part of it. You're part of it too." They would call my aunt. They call my sister's number. They call everybody's number in the book, bro. You know? And like one day, it was like around 2019. I think it was 2018 actually, or 2019. She said, "See what you got us into, man. How you brought us involved in this shit. Blah, blah, blah." I was like, fuck. I think I said something that really, like, just sparked that plug, if that makes sense. And people were like, weren't too happy about my shit. You know, it's just about, I realize now in 2025, it's like you have to really, you have to adapt. You have to reword everything. If not, you're not going to make it on this channel. You won't survive on YouTube much longer. I don't know, Simone. They just did, bro. That was back in 2018, 2019. Yeah, that's when me and Kim used to do, and then me and Polson did collabs, and the people didn't like that. We talked about New World Order and all that. Polston would kind of go off on the tangent though, and he'll start attacking a certain religion, and I'm like, oh God, don't do that, bro. And he would go on and on and on, and he attacked the worst religion to do it to. I'm not going to say it on here, but I think you know where I'm going with this. And I said, Polson, Prodigal Hill, listen to me. I'll do collabs with you, but you got to stop going after this one religion, because I'm telling you, you're going to open Pandora's box. You're going to get us canceled, bro. And he has a decent job and everything. And I'm like, look, listen, I'm not saying that you don't have a certain point here or there, but you have to really think about what you say on here, because if they find out, they're going to call your job, bro. And he was like, he didn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, he thinks that it's 2016 and I can say whatever I want to. I'm like, no, this is 2025 and shit's easy to get you canceled now. So you have to be very careful what you say on here, especially as a content maker. You understand? And he would go after this one religion all the time. And he would always say it's their fault. That's the reason why this world's like that. And I'm like, so in a sense, I told him, I said, look, I don't mind doing collabs with you, but you can't go like that far. We got to stay in bounds a little bit. You know, and so that's kind of like, I don't mind doing videos with him, but I just was like, you know, I don't want to get canceled either. So I told him, let's stick away from that one part and let's just stick to what we were talking about. But, you know, that's just the times we live in. It's kind of hard to explain. We just can't say whatever we want to say on the channel without fear that we're going to, you know, get our channels deleted. Does that make sense? It's, personally, I think that speech should be protected, you know, but unfortunately, that's just the world we live in now. It's won't allow us to do that. But if I had it my way, Steve Rowe's way, I would say you should be able to say whatever you want to and not have to worry about anything. You know, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You know, very important. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I think that we should be able to say what we want to. Unfortunately, me too. I'd say what you want. Shit. It's all fine until you're on air, until you're on YouTube. He has a new channel. Was the same name? I understand he might have a new channel, but understand it's I guess, but I mean, just tell him if they're gonna flag it again. If he continues to do those videos, which is fine, I that's his decision. They're just gonna keep flagging him. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be nice about it. You know, I'm trying to give him the words of wisdom. This is a new era. People flag and they tell on you. It's just not worth it. Yep. Daniel, so I told him about that weeks ago. Yeah. Back in 2015, Daniel, we used to, I used to be able to make videos and say what the hell I wanted to, and never had to fear shit. It was fun times on YouTube. You used to be able to talk about each other's mom and dad and the whole thing, whatever you wanted to throw the whole kitchen sink, man. Dudes were always talking shit to each other. That's CG Ruthless. That's how it used to be. When you first got on YouTube in the early 2010s, you could talk shit about each other's mom, dad, cousin. You could say, so CG Bully would say, hey, Steve, I'm coming to your house to kick your ass, and I would say the same thing in a video response. And that was just the way it was, man. It was a cool time to be on YouTube. There was no flagging. People just didn't flag each other like that. We used to just say whatever we wanted to, and it was just that was the end of it. Those were the good old days. And the years it changed dramatically. Now it's really impossible to do whatever you want to do. It's too censored in PG. Yeah, it wasn't strict then. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, you should be able to, you know, do whatever you want on here. Unfortunately, that's just not the times we're living in. And you have to play ball. So like what I realize now, um, I wouldn't doubt it. But notice how he can talk shit though about people, and that's okay. Which that's what I kind of have a problem with this cancel culture shit, is that we can kind of pick and choose who gets to say whatever they want and then who doesn't. If you are on people's radar and they don't like you, you're going to be an open target. They're going to come after you. They're going to start, harassing you and all types of shit. But they can talk shit about you and make tons of videos about you and talk about your mom and all types of shit. And that's okay. Like, that's okay for them to do it. But if you do it or even respond, it's a flag. It's a flag or a cancel. We cancel you. I wish you did my content then. Oh, like I said, it used to be fun doing YouTube videos back then. Man, you could talk shit, do whatever you want to. People roast each other. Those were good old days. Now it's like, if somebody doesn't like you, they could just have 30 sock accounts, just mass flag you down. It's crazy. It's changed. YouTube, social media in general has changed. It's not the same like it used to be. Now it's just about making fake videos and just for fake views and subs. You know, spreading misinformation. Doing stupid videos that make no sense with paid actors and all types. You see a lot of these content makers are like this, and it's not the same. Like YouTube is definitely not the we're saturated with too many of the same guys trying to be the same person. You've seen one prankster, you've seen them all. There's like 50,000 pranksters. I mean, how many pranksters do we need on social media? And it's like you see a lot of this going on. It's like it's just the market's saturated and the product's watered down, and a lot of people are trying to piggyback off the next person and be the next guy, and they'll copy that other guy's style. And it's like there's no organic material, there's not too much organic material. And then they just spread a bunch of lies and gossip and slander, and they spread a lot of misinformation. And so you have to be very choosy who you get content from now. You can't just click on anybody's videos anymore. You just never know. Yeah, TikTok's a good platform. Yeah, they do videos on harassing people. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Vitali? You mean that Russian guy that's locked up in the Philippines for like harassing people in the Philippines? Do I think he should be there forever, locked up? No, but he got a he had it coming. That motherfucker had it coming. Everyone's pretty much doing the same thing. Yeah, it's hard meeting people who do organic videos. It's hard. It is very hard. Yeah, but Kem123, man, if you're watching, I know you got your little backup channel. You can always send it to me in Instagram because I know we're added on each other. But you're gonna have, if you do not revamp your channel, you're just gonna have to keep making new channels. Because they're gonna keep flagging it. So you're either gonna have to evaluate how you reword things. Probably instead of showing their videos, you have to do audio record. Audio recording. You know, or I would even take it in a new direction. Either way, you're gonna have to evolve. It's either you evolve your channel or it's gonna keep getting flagged because you can't make content the way you used to. I know you go after those passport bros, and honestly, when you go after Andrew or QB Willie, be funny. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and when you do collabs with them and they y'all go at it with each other, I think it's hilarious. But again, it just opens Pandora's box because you start generalizing. You have no filter, and the things you say is easy to flag. It is easy. This ain't 2018, 2017 no more where you could just start roasting each other. Those days are gone. Now it's about wording and phrasing your sentences to where you don't get flagged, but you can still kind of roast a little bit. But you have to be more strategic in how you use your wording. Very important. These days is copycat, unfortunately. Can't rage or cuss or much. What's the point? You're entertaining angry fans. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks being a content maker. You never know when it's your last day on the social media. Like every day I wake up, I'm thinking one day my shit's gonna be gone. After a while, I just stopped giving a fuck. I don't care anymore. You know, I wake up and I'm like, oh, my YouTube channel's still here. I'm shocked. Then I wake up, oh, my YouTube channel here. One day I'm gonna wake up, it's gonna be gone. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I ain't losing no sleep because I'm not getting paid, so why do I care? Now I'll just make a new account and I'll tell people just follow me on Instagram and I'll probably have to reword my stuff. I'll figure out a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Mm-hmm. Yep. Even if you did your own video, it could be flagged for originally BS. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. We're the times we're living in. It's you have to question is, do we really have freedom of speech in this country? I don't think we do. The way that cancel culture works is if a lot of people like you have a higher probability of remaining in the radar. But when you start pissing off a lot of people, and it happens, you risk getting flagged down. That's the way that I look at it now. Like when I was first making controversial content, my goal was to get under people's skin and piss them off. Because back then you didn't get flagged. You just had a bunch of people pissed off. But you got that shock value. Now it's not the same anymore. It's a lot different, man. It's like if you piss off all these people, they go report you, boom, your channel's gone. History, done. It's like, I don't agree with it because I used to have fun doing it the old way. You roast me, I roast you, we're good. Now it's like, not the case. Oh yeah. YouTube is definitely, yeah. CG Ruthless, I agree. I don't know if you know who Kem123 is. He be making that motherfucker be talking a lot of shit. Yeah, that motherfucker be talking a lot of a lot of shit. And he's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like every time he uploads a video, it's Pandora's box, Pandora's box. Motherfuckers be coming after him, but I'm like, man, I already knew this was gonna happen. I'm like, I'm shocked your channel hasn't gotten deleted yet, and I saw it coming, and that's your old videos were very golden, yeah, and they're on private for a reason, because the times we live in, those unfiltered days, I can't do that anymore. And people ask me all the time, what happened to your old, why aren't you like retro like your old comments, old videos? I'm like, yeah, the shall get flagged down. Like, I'll upload a video, say whatever I want to, right? And then I wake up the next day and YouTube will say, your channel no longer exists. What's the point? And I just upload a troll account and then call myself another name. And then I'll upload a video, right? And think, oh, now this is a new form, new video, new way of life. And then I wake up the next day and they're like, oh, your second account has been banned by YouTube. Um, this and that. We blocked your IP address now. And it's like, well, there goes my YouTube career. Came to an end. I started realizing I'm like, either I try to find, either I try to play ball or I'm done. I have to adapt. It's just, I don't agree with it, but it's not my platform. This isn't my, uh, this isn't my website, so I have no control over it. I don't have no control over my channel. I just have to play ball. But I can still make my videos entertaining as long as I word it right, the titles are catchy, and I can still kind of talk along the lines of my discussion. I just have to watch a couple of words. Put a zipper, you know? Yep. That's why everything's all private for me, except for like my sports videos, food reviews, travel. I do got some of my recent content up, and then it's good because I reworded everything so I'm straight. But all my old content, the kind of content that gets you deleted, oh yeah, they're all private. It just is what it is. Oh yeah, look, Caitlyn did the zipper over the mouth, or you could just get a big piece of duct tape and go like this, put it right across my mouth like that. You like watching those? Yeah. Well, if I didn't get canceled, I would leave all this shit off private. Even though my videos were Prodigal Hill. The reason why I put the private because he started going after this particular religion. I told him to stop doing that shit. I said, listen, we talk about the NWO, we'll talk about the New World Order, and Donald Trump part of the New World Order, and that's fine. I don't mind doing that. But when you start going after this one religion, of all the religions, you pick the one to go after, that's definitely going to get my video flagged. You can't do that. And he's like, no, fuck that. They need to be called out. And I was like, well, you do that on your channel. Don't do it on mine. Because then I'm going to get canceled. So I'm telling you, you can't do that. What does he do? Blah, 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 blah. And he starts mentioning that one religion we can't mention. And I told him to stop doing that. He wouldn't stop. So I said, okay, well, maybe I can't do collabs with you for a while. I'm sorry, man. I just don't want to get canceled. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Tired of getting flagged, man. Yeah, it's just the world we live in, dude. I mean, what religion was it Prodigal Hill went after? You know the religion. the only religion you can't go after, bro. They will find you. You have to be. I'll just say it starts with a J. Can't do it. I can't even say the name. Okay? But it starts with a J. And he would go after Mr. J all the time. I told him, stop doing it. And he would say, they control the world. It's their fucking fault. And he goes on these tangents on my channel. I told him, dude, stop mentioning them. He's like, they have to be called out. God damn it. And I'm like, man, dude, you're opening up Pandora's box. And they're going to flag my videos. They're going to flag you. So, the way it works on YouTube now, you have to play ball. So, there's two different ways you can do that. Number one is you reword everything you say. You reword it. So it sounds professional, but yet direct. But, it's just filtered a little bit. That's number one. All right. Number two is you don't generalize. Because when you generalize, they say you're discriminated. And they try to use that as grounds for termination to like terminate your channel. So I realize now, I'm like, okay, so I can't generalize, right? Like a group or whatever. And then you can't like discriminate, and then you have to watch your word and usage. I'm like, okay, I can do that. That shit's easy. It's just you have to word it properly. So it's something I have to get used to it. If I have to get used to it. It's just the nature of the beast. It's either adapt or you no longer exist on this platform. And to me, I like still making videos. So I figure, well, this is a challenge for me. But it's a challenge that I accept. I'm going to try. At least Rumble allowed the content. Yeah. They're even flagging predator channels down that are going after Preds. Yeah. Yeah, you can't like mention their phone number, bank account access, or their names or anything. Yep. Just saying, it's I don't necessarily agree with all this, by the way. So just to make that sure, for the record, I don't agree with all this cancel culture shit. It's the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, there are times we live in. So everything will go back to this time. Hopefully. You can curse and rage. I didn't know that. That's cool. Kind of like that. What is that, Rumble? Excuse me, guys. I have to put my dress on. Look. This is my dress. See that? It's topless on the top. The only thing I'm missing is a bra. Alright. This is my dress right here. See? This is my dress. This is my prom dress. This is my dress to go out clubbing with. Alright? It's my outfit. It's topless. No straps. No straps. Alright? I'm going clubbing. This is what I'm going clubbing in. Alright? This is what I'm hitting up the club tomorrow. This is my dress. Is a little dirty right there, but don't worry about that. If you're worried about the little stain right there, You're looking too hard. And that might be harassment right there, because you're harassing me. Instead of harassing me, you're harassing me. Staring too damn hard. Okay? You're staring too fucking hard. See? This is my damn dress done cover the whole damn bed. I'm going clubbing tomorrow. Alright? I'm going clubbing. Look, I done cracked everybody up. No, it's a cover. It's my cover. But it kind of looks like a dress, don't it? Especially like it goes like this. Watch. Watch. See? Don't that look like a goddamn dress even though it's a goddamn cover? It look like a goddamn dress. The strapless. If you're worried about it, it's because you're staring too damn hard there, boy. Might have to get you off for harassment. Not to pass harassment charges on all of you bitches. Anyways. Yeah, unfortunately, these are the days we live in. You know, the society we live in. Or the way that I look at it like this. As long as you're under the radar, you float under the radar, you're fine to a degree. You don't piss a lot of people off or the wrong people off. You can like kind of stay afloat. And you do go after people, make sure you criticize professionally about their content. That's how you do it. It's just you have to evolve. You evolve your channel. This is the way it is. You should be fine unless you got more haters. Yeah, if you got a lot of haters, like I said, if you piss off a lot of people, they're going to come after you. Are you dating the lady? I don't know why I did that. But I just like counted in my head. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Unless you have more followers, yeah. Are you dating the lady? Like I said, I got my dress on right now. And guess what? I'm going to the club tomorrow. Just like this. Just like you see it right now. Got the fresh cut fade. Ain't nothing can stop me. I'm going clubbing. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. Ain't nobody gonna stop my shine. No, I don't go back to work till the 18th. I'm on vacation right now. I went to Dallas for 9 days and came back. Now I'm going clubbing. Just like this. Ain't nobody stopping my damn shine. Tell you that. Got my dress on straight. Oh, I ain't wearing nothing underneath now. Nope. I'm going clubbing. I'm gonna take a couple drinks. I'm going straight to the club. Just like you see it. Don't stare too hard. Don't stare too fucking hard. I'm pressing charges. But I'm going clubbing tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm clubbing tomorrow. We hitting up the club. I'm trying to come to Fort Worth soon. When you going to Fort Worth? I'm not in Fort Worth. I went there to visit. Caitlin, if you go to Fort Worth, go to Sundance Square, and there's a nice little restaurant there or a place to eat called Salsa Limon. That's pretty good. Um, but you want to go to Stockyards in Fort Worth. Nice place to go. I went to Fort Worth and I went to Dallas. Had a blast. Oh, you're going to Fort Worth? Shit, have fun. I was there. You guys behave. I'm going to the club tomorrow. I'm just kidding. I don't club. Oh yeah, and show assignments. I'm game. Shit, I'm game. You never been anywhere in Texas yet? Damn, girl. I mean, if you're gonna go, I would go to Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW, or I'd go to Galveston or like San Antonio. Oh, you want to go? Or you say you're in what, Jersey? I want to come, but okay. Have you been around Brownsville? I've been to Brownsville, but a long time ago. I need to go back and go visit. Damn, it's already 3:32. Holy shit! I'm tripping. It's a 3.5 hour flight. From where? Oh, yeah, that's right. You in Jersey? Yeah, it's not that bad. That's not bad. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Well, anytime you go by the border, that's what you're gonna run into. Everyone say, "Oh, I got A cups." My shit's flat. Grr. Oh well, Caitlin, you have a good time in Fort Worth. I'll tell you all places to visit in Dallas. A whole bunch, because Dallas is not far from Fort Worth, so you can go to Fort Worth. You should go to Dallas. You can go see Clyde Burrow's grave, Claudia, aka Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie Parker, Clyde Burrow's grave. You can go see Stevie Ray Vaughan's memorial, his gravesite. Bunch of places. Oh yeah, you can go see the John F. Kennedy assassination. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot to do down there. And then you can go to San Antonio and go to the Riverwalk, Austin, and popping on 6th Street. Mm-hmm. I'll name you a bunch of good places to eat at too in Dallas. In Fort Worth, they got the Texas Civil War Museum. You should see that. That's pretty cool. Texas Civil War Museum's badass. It'll show you Texas involvement in the Civil War. They got a little projector in there too, and you can see like Ulysses S. Grant's knife, Robert E. Lee's like little gun or whatever, And they have like some artifact souvenirs of the Civil War. It's pretty really cool. If you want to go, if you're in historical sites, you know. Yeah, this little pause right here. You know, he's 14 years old, this cat. Look at him. 14. And he's still, to this day, a playful cat, just like a kid. Watch. Watch this. Oh, man. Oh. Hold on. Oh. Oh, man. 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 Oh, he is spoiled. This boy is spoiled for 14 years old. This cat is just the man, bro. And he's still alive, in good shape. And look at him. He's just a handsome boy. To this day, he is still a handsome man. To this day. I've had people offer like $1,000 for him. I'm like, no. He's a beautiful boy. He don't give no shit. That boy don't give no shit. See, he's still playful to this day. Stop it. Stop it. He's a spoil rotten. He's spoil rotten. For 14 years old, man, he's still alive. He has no health issues. Still in good shape. He's just, he's not as fast as he used to be, but he's still got a little juice left in the tank. He's just a good boy. You lay down, boy. See? When his tail waggles, that means he's in a good mood. He ain't fucking around. See? He has feather duster. Look, clean the dust. Feather duster. He's a spoiled man. Spoiled little man. Oh yeah, he's getting big. Well, like I said, for 14 years old, man, he's a freaking beast, ain't he? He's a real pretty boy. You got a 5-year-old cat that's lovable and playful. Damn. You feel bad for it? We'll keep feeding him. Make sure you feed him or something. Don't just leave him hanging. Don't leave the little boy hanging. He's a good man. He's a good boy. He's a little. Look at him. Little Indian boy. He's a little Indian boy. He's a little Indian boy. Little boy that wish he could. He's little Indian boy. He's a spoiled little brat. He's a spoiled brat, He's always like this. He's a fucking asshole when he wants to be. He's just sick of everybody's shit. He's sick of everybody's shit. He's tired. He's sick to death of everybody's bullshit. He's sick of it. You could feed him, milk. If you have like little pieces of chicken, you could tear him off like turkey meat. He'll eat that. But yeah, don't just leave him there hanging. He probably wants to be loved and probably wants somebody to love him. He's probably a little baby. Don't just leave him there. Oh, to Instagram, I think I got your DMs. I see him. You said you're scared. What can I feed it? Well, he's not a baby. He's 14 years old. This man is 14 years old. 14. And he look at him. Doesn't he look a little kitten? He's just a handsome man. He's a handsome man. He's a handsome boy. See? He's a handsome boy, and he's up all night. And he's sick of everybody's bullshit. He's sick of everybody's fucking shit. Ain't that right, boy? See? See how playful he is still? Even to this day. 14 years old. He is still a playful little man. And he needs to be respected as a little boy. He's still a handsome man. To this day. He's real hyperactive. Yeah, tuna and milk, that's fine. They like wet food. Yeah, they do like the wet food, wet canned food. He likes the wet canned food too. Don't have any cat food yet. We'll get him some cat food. Get him some canned food from Walmart. Give him those little canned foods. He'll like it. He's a good boy. He's a look at a little Indian boy. Yep, fresh cut fade. Just like that, fresh cut fade. Yeah. Damn, an hour and 37 minutes. Almost pushing a 4 a.m. Ain't that some shit? Oh, you were scared of it? Well, don't be scared of it. Cats are just babies. Yeah, they're just babies. See? Tuxedo car and the black cat. In the morning, that's funny. One day, if my YouTube ever gets deleted, I'll give y'all guys my Instagram. That's cute. See? Look, his little feather duster. I got you there. Yeah, y'all on the Instagram. Yeah. I need to start doing push ups. That's what I need to start doing, getting my strength back. All right, guys. Well, it's almost 4 a.m. I ain't gonna lie. I need to get some sleep. So if y'all gonna be on tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna respond to Steve Holker's video where I did a discussion with him in a collab, and I'm gonna do a response to that discussion. I did it last night, but for some reason it got flagged. Well, they didn't get flagged, but the stream ended. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Well, I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. All right, so you guys take care. I'm gonna get some sleep. Good night.